I think that in fact was a change, wasn't it? That we're into a different step now. So I went back to talk about our planning to decide how to select where the danger is, what can cause that danger, and then what to do about that danger. Now, we want to then take those decisions that we've made in a financially based decision process into practice. Because I have done many reports of recommendations, and the report stays on the shelf, never put into practice. So we want to make sure that companies, when they recognise the danger, and we make it very clear the financial risks and the financial benefits they're going to gain, that they will actually do these things because it's smart business to do it.
Now, when they don't do it, why do you think that is? Because they aren't really convinced there's a financial consequence? They doubt it?
Look, risk is like that. I mean, a fire may never happen in this terminal, but around the world every year a terminal goes up. One or two terminals around the world go up every year. Now, it may never happen in 100 years on this terminal, but on the terminals on the planet, I guarantee you'll see a fire regularly across the world of fuel terminaling. The manager of this plant will say, never happen here because of my best practices, my trained people, my procedures. I'm going to say, you show me your procedures, let me plot that risk and see what holes you've left. Because it's the holes they can't see that convinces them everything's okay.
I think of that incident many years ago in Bhopal, India, where Union Carbide accidentally released some cyanide gas and killed a zillion people outside the
Over
plant.
2,000.
That incident shut down Union Carbide. Union Carbide no longer exists because of that incident.
No, and it's exceptionally rare that these terrible things happen, but they do. Around this world, they do. You don't know whether it's your terminal or the guy in India or the guy in the States or the guy in Europe. You don't know. You're counting that what you've developed, that the process you have got is going to protect you. But we know our processes are built by people, and people are not perfect. And things degrade, and machines degrade, and businesses degrade, and people retire, and a new guy comes in who hasn't been trained properly, and now I'm in danger, and I don't even see it, because I think my current procedures are sufficient. All right, the next step in the 6 process steps for plant equipment wellness is to look at how to introduce these changes. We've already talked about scripting what needs to be done. So in the end, it's going to be document-based. We use documentation, and by documentation I mean a written word, and that can be in a computer, can be in a hard copy document. The whole point of writing things down is we are designing a process. This whole activity of coming up with what to do is a design philosophy to build a designed process done a certain way, as a consequence delivers a certain outcome. So I want to build a process and design it and select how it works and select the techniques to use and select the tools to use and select the training to use, that when I run that process, my distribution is always a known range of outcomes. And I want to have the distribution well within inside my boundary. So whenever that process runs, it will always produce what the process is designed to produce. So this whole activity of going through these 6 steps is to produce, is to come up with a blueprint, a design of the way to run the business, the way to run the machine, the way to run the maintenance processes, the way to do condition monitoring, that when we do it this way, we know what's going to happen. Same as Boeing. We follow Boeing's documentation. We follow their procedures to the letter, because Boeing know if you do it to the letter, you will get safe planes that people will use. So the thinking is no different to what we know works. We've got to turn this into something that every company can adopt, every company can justify financially is worth doing. So we've got to the point where we've found the risks, decided which ones we want to deal with and minimise, come up with an understanding of how to achieve that. Now we're going to put those designed ideas into a designed process to actually make these things happen. So we're going to introduce the controls into the business.